Hi friends, Steve here in Los Angeles in front of a house that I think many of you will recognize. As some of you have asked me to vlog about this TV show, so I'm here today in the LA area and I thought I would stop by. It's pretty early still, so it's a little bit in shade, but at least the sun's not coming up behind the house. So how many of you recognize the house? I think in the TV show, I think it was white at the time, so it's a little bit different color now, but it definitely is the Kanisky residence. And the show, of course, was Gimme a Break, which aired from 1981 to 1987 and starred award-winning actress Nell Carter in the role of Nell Harper, a housekeeper for a widowed police chief and his kids. Actor Dolph Sweet, who played Chief Carl Kanisky, died from stomach cancer at the age of 64 in Tarzana, California on May 8, 1985. He was cremated, and according to his Find a Grave memorial page, his ashes were scattered at sea. John Hoyt, who played Grandpa Kanisky, died from cancer at the age of 86 in Santa Cruz, California on September 15, 1991. He was also cremated and has no final resting place to visit at this time. Howard Morton, who played Officer Simpson, died from complications from a stroke at the age of 71 in Burbank, California, on May 11, 1997. According to his Find a Grave memorial page, he received a non-cemetery burial. Thelma Hopkins, who played Addie Wilson, is now 72 years old. Kari Michaelson, who played Katie, is now 58 years old. Lauri Hendler, who played Julie, is now 55 years old. Lara Jill Miller, who played Samantha, is now 53 years old. Joey Lawrence, who played Joey, is now 44 years old. And his real-life brother, Matthew Lawrence, who joined the show in the final season, is now 40 years old. For the first 5 seasons, the show was set in the fictional town of Glen Lawn, California. In reality, the home that was used for exterior shots was located right here at 515 South Norton Avenue, not far from the corner of Wilshire Boulevard and Western Avenue in Los Angeles. In the final season, the location was moved to New York City. Nell Carter's final resting place is located 14 miles away from this house in Culver City, California, which is about a half hour from here. I visited her crypt back in February of this year, and I was just waiting for the right time to share it with all of you. After discovering just the other day that the house was located right here, not far from Hollywood, I figured that this was a sign that it was finally time to share that earlier visit. Hillside Memorial Park is one of the most famous Jewish cemeteries here in the Los Angeles area and probably the world. And this is where Carter is laid to rest. She's just inside the front gate to the right in the outdoor mausoleums within the Acacia Gardens section. It took me quite a while to find Nell Carter's crypt. I didn't realize that it was so high up. It's all the way at the very top. So I was looking about eye level, and I walked all around this area, but it's a fairly small area, so I mean it didn't take me that long, but I thought maybe for a while it was mismarked because on the Find a Grave page it said that it was in section KK, or wall KK, and I looked everywhere here, I couldn't see it, and it was just because it was way, way up at the top there. Nice spot though, overlooking the front gates that are just right at the end of the street here to the left. And while I was searching for her crypt, I discovered that she's laid to rest just one row over from someone even more famous than she is. And I'll show you his crypt next. First though, I'll pan around so you can get a better idea of the location here. Straight ahead, that's the main mausoleum at the top of the hill that you see when you drive in. Before her role as Nell Harper on Gimme a Break, Carter won a Tony Award for her performance in the 1978 Broadway musical Ain't Misbehavin'. And then in 1982, she won an Emmy Award for reprising her role from Ain't Misbehavin' on TV. And I'm sure that many of you will probably also remember that after Gimme a Break ended, that she went on to play the character of P.J. Moore in the TV sitcom Hangin' with Mr. Cooper that aired from 1993 to 1995. I never thought I would need a telephoto lens to show you a gravesite. I primarily just use my iPhone, and it's pretty limited when it comes to zooming in. Her epitaph reads, "A loving mother and a sparkling jewel to those close enough to love her." Right around the corner from Carter, in row MM, is pioneer TV legend Milton Berle. A comedian and actor, Berle's showbiz career spanned 80 years. From 1948 to 1955, he hosted NBC's Texaco Star Theater, which was later renamed The Milton Berle Show. Back in the day, he was known as Uncle Milty and Mr. Television, and he was the very first major American TV star. And he even appeared in an episode of Gimme a Break. Do any of you fans remember that episode? Berle died from colon cancer in Los Angeles at the age of 93 on March 27, 2002. And I didn't know this until I read his Wikipedia page, but he died on the same day as actor Dudley Moore and writer, director, and producer Billy Wilder. The plaque is a little bit dark, but his epitaph reads, "Loving husband, adored father, beloved Grandpa Milton, you filled our lives with laughter and love." Well, I'm taking a short break under this really nice shade tree here. I thought I would take a minute and just give a shout out and a big thank you to all of you new subscribers who have left comments saying that you do like my channel and you've gone back and you're now binge watching all of my previous vlogs. Not only is that really nice to hear, but it really helps my channel. YouTube really tracks everything. They track, whenever someone comes and watches one of my videos for the first time, YouTube then tracks to see how long you watch it. Do you watch any other videos? Do you leave a comment? Do you give it a thumbs up? Do you share it with a friend? They track all of those things. So the more people do all of those things or just any of those things, it really does help my channel, because then what happens is if YouTube says, oh, well, a lot of people are leaving comments, a lot of people are sharing with their friends, a lot of people are subscribing on this video, it must be a good video, so we'll go ahead and share it with a lot more people so I get more views. And this week I also want to give a shout out and a very big thank you to my latest Patreon supporters, Jason Kinder and Nancy Bliven. Thank you so much, Jason and Nancy. I also want to thank Isaiah Lockridge, Mr. LPN2, and Bobby Antonelli for suggesting that I do this vlog. So until our next trip down memory lane together, happy travels, everyone.